Have you guys ever heard of a song of the depths? Yes. A song of the depths, brought to me by one of our viewers once again, Wajo TV. Brought to my attention because it reveals a lot. Let's get into this and figure out exactly what is happening in the War Within and how these texts have become relevant once again. Here we go. 10.0.7 revealed a Song of the Depths, which were quest texts from the NAGA that began to reveal some interesting things about the future of our world and the plans of the old gods. Let's read the first page of this quest text. Rise, rise, our queen calls to us from beyond the umbral veil. She has transcended the circle of stars and basks in her eternal grandeur. So obviously they're talking about, Azshara here. These are the NAGA. These are the words of the NAGA directly from them, talking about Azshara's return. A time we have long awaited is nigh. Even now, the Harbinger, who we now know as Xal'atath, because that is the name Blizzard has often called her, gathers the children of the first flesh to reclaim what was lost. They must remember their vows and serve those to whom they owe fealty. Now, this is the first mystery here. The children of the first flesh. Who could this be? What's going on? The children of the first flesh. Now, we know the curse of flesh from Yag and everything else that came with that. But who is she referring to, or who are the NAGA referring to when they say the children of the first flesh? Well, we knew we're getting a new race here. A stone race that was never afflicted by the curse of flesh. We know we're getting the, were they the Stoneborn, whatever they're called? Yeah, the Earthen. Sorry, I called them the Stoneborn. I don't know where I got that from. So as a race tied deeply with lore for World of Warcraft origins, the Earthen made the deep places of Azeroth their home, tasked with shaping the caverns of the world and maintaining a semblance of order. However, the old god Yogg-Saron's curse of flesh transformed the Earthen into the dwarves we know today. And whether or not they're referring to the Earthen potentially being the children of the first flesh, because they are the ones who were eventually cursed and became the dwarves, but the ones that are still there have not been cursed yet. Could she be talking about them? Or could the NAGA be talking about Azj-Kahet and all of the Nerubians, who we do know she is gathering Nerubians to form up an army. Here's the page of the War Within. It says the pinnacle of the Nerubian society, where Xal'atath, the Harbinger of the Void, has been gathering and mutating Nerubian forces to create an unstoppable army. We also know that she's using the Nerubians to gather up some type of old god blood. So if we look back at this, to reclaim what was lost, right? Harbinger gathers the children of the first flesh to reclaim what was lost. Could it be this old god blood? I don't know about the Nerubians being referred to as the children of the first flesh. I think that may be more related to the Earthen, maybe. But all bug races are the children of the first flesh? Maybe Wajo. Maybe that's what she's referring to here. But we do know that the Nerubians, they do owe their fealty to the old gods, right? Their mutations and the way they are today is due to the old god influence. So she could be very well talking, the NAGA could be talking about the Nerubians here, right? And who they are, she is in fact gathering them, we do know that, and they are working on gathering old god blood. But what will that blood be used for? What's her plan? I think we're going to reveal a little bit more here as we read deeper. No, that's part of canon, not speculation. They call themselves that. Do they call themselves the children of the first flesh? Well, there you go. The Nerubians. That could certainly be it. And most likely is it then. Let's move on to page 2. While they toil in the deep places, we will journey to the shores of the Dragonlands, to the blessed isles where the Worldbreaker first embraced the Whispers. Now remember, we got these back in 10.0, right? We got these Whispers back in 10.0. So to see that the Dragon Isles did end up happening in 11.0, we know that these things came to be, right? The Storm Blast, and we ended up going to the Dragon Isles, where the Worldbreaker first embraced his Whispers. We know the Worldbreaker is in fact Deathwing, right? It's Neltharion. We now know that. We've known that for a while. He is the World Breaker. We did a whole Neltharion's lair and everything else. We discovered a lot about Neltharion and everything that he was about. As one storm recedes, another rises. The torches have been lit. The secrets he buried will strike as a dagger into the hearts of his kin. So I think the secrets that he buried, we'll start with that second sentence first. The secrets that he buried will strike as a dagger to the hearts of his kin. I think we've learned a lot about Neltharion's secrets. And we watched, Rathian and Ebonhorn react to those things. You know, we saw how a lot of the things that he said did in fact hurt them, right? The way that he thought about them, the way that he treated them. We see that a lot of his kin, the Black Dragons, and the rest of the dragon aspects were very much, taken aback by the things he created and the things he did within his lab. So that's for sure what those things are referring to. But here's the interesting one. As one storm recedes, another rises. The torches have been lit. So to me, the storm receding, right, that could be referring to the storm that was covering up the Dragon Isles. It could be the storm brought about by Raszageth, maybe. She was like this thundering cloud flying all over the place. We did eventually kill her, so that storm did recede. But another rises. The torches have been lit. What could those torches being referred to? 5 torches. We've often talked about them. Could it be the Oathstones? We did, in fact, light 5 torches, right? We relit the Oathstones, and in the end, we weren't really sure what the hell that did. We're bringing back the Dragonflights. We're lighting these Oathstones. But what, in fact, are they referring to? It must be these. Back in the past, we thought maybe it could be, what was it? Those things back in Legion, right? The different pieces that we gathered up and put in Dalaran. But more and more, it's looking like it could, in fact, be the Oathstones. And what did we do by lighting those Oathstones? I don't think we're really sure yet. Torch of Ferrith? Yeah, the storms were Raszageth and Farak. That could certainly be it as well. I certainly see the relation between the storms and Raszageth, most definitely. But the torches, that's been one that's been debated highly. What could they be? What are they? The 5 pillars of creation were often thought, as I was saying, the things from Legion, that those could be it. But now, the more relevant thing, honestly, seems like it's the Oathstones. So if we consider that, we have lit these Oathstones now. And that seems to bring about the next page of these whispers. So here we go. The Harbinger speaks of a primal power that seeks to end the order. Such rage can be bent to our ends. A primal power that seeks to end the order. Now we know about the Primalists. Which one has talked a lot about ending the order, or ending the Titans, who are often seen as the order, right? That's right. That's Iridikron's plan. Iridikron's plan is, of course, to bait the Titans out of hiding so he can beat the living shit out of them. Yeah. Order is capitalized, so they mean the domain of order specifically. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. That's right. Order is capitalized. Sam Crafting and Bellish here. Good morning. What's up, Omnikins? Yeah. So, I mean, Iridikron's plan to defeat the Titans, defeat order. I definitely think that that's what this first part is referring to here. A primal power that seeks to end order. Such rage, he is certainly rageful. We meant to seek to serve our ends. Yes, I think that's certainly it. Also, such rage, I mean, could they be referring to Farak? We know that the Void is in fact corrupted Farak. Well, not really corrupted, he was insane to begin with, but enhanced his insanity, I would say. So this could also, I guess, maybe be referring to Farak, his rage bent to serve our ends. The fact that he went into the Emerald Dream and almost lit the entire tree on fire. Could be, honestly, didn't think of that. Yeah, that's an interesting one, especially the fact that bent to serve our ends. They, in fact, are in Farak's mind, kind of pushing him to do certain things now. Very interesting. A hunger lost to the ages will be reclaimed. I think we know what that one is. Galakrond. We know that his hunger has been reclaimed, right? That was what Iridikron and Xal'atath went around and did. They gathered his essence into that object now, and they're heading off into the portal to do whatever, God orgy or whatever it is that they wanted to do. So they're baiting the Titans. They've gathered this interesting, essence of Galakrond. He was often known as the unending hunger or hunger lost of the ages. That's the Galakrond thing. A dark heart left broken awaits the taking. Very interesting. A dark heart left broken awaits the taking. Where have we heard, as the Pandaria music comes out in the background, where have we heard about a dark heart? Most recently. I draw your guys' attention to the roadmap. Take a look at 10.2.7. What is that patch called? Go ahead, all together now, class. Read it. That's right. Dark Heart. Interesting. And in that same patch, we see time running pandemonium. Where do we know? What continent have we known to hold a heart of an old god? That's right. You guys ever heard of this baby? You guys ever heard of a little character called Garrosh? Yeah. That's right. The heart of Y'Shaarj, sitting there in Pandaria. Now, currently, it is not sitting there in Pandaria because Garrosh lit that shit aflame. That thing has been obliterated, at least on our timeline. But maybe not on another timeline. Maybe it's time to go to another timeline or go back in time. Some type of time play is going to occur here. And why would that have to happen? Because currently the dark heart of our world has been destroyed, so she'll have to go to another one. Now, I did talk about how Xal'atath shows up in, Season of Discovery and everything. Like, I made a whole video about that and how Xal'atath is playing both timelines now. The Season of Discovery, which is a timeline where Legion, the Burning Legion never came, Burning Crusade never happened. We haven't gone to Pandaria, so that heart still exists in that timeline. So I did play a little bit of, what if Blizzard's creating two alternate timelines that coincide with each other, with Season of Discovery and Retail? We'll see. But one thing we can guarantee is Dark Heart, I would say, is certainly referring to Pandaria and the heart of Y'Shaarj. Okay, so that's it for this one. Now the final page. When these things come to pass, the Harbinger will fulfill the final prophecy and complete the awakening. Only then shall our queen return to reign over sea and sky and earth. We must make ready. Rise, rise. Soon, all that was hidden will be revealed. So here it is. This is really what the World Soul Saga is all about. The Harbinger will fulfill the final prophecy and complete the awakening. What could the awakening be? Could they be referring to Azeroth? We've talked about Azeroth being asleep. The Emerald Dream keeping her asleep. She's trapped. Will they be awakening Azeroth? Is that their plan? Will she be awakening an ancient force that was once awake, but now sleeps? I speak, of course, and you guys have heard this from me before, the Hearthstone card, the Ancient One. We have not seen any reference to the Ancient One yet in World of Warcraft, but it's very interesting that right now Xal'atath is gathering blood of the old gods, and the way to summon the Ancient One in Hearthstone is, of course, the blood of the Ancient One. Gathering the blood of the Ancient One to summon him is the only way to bring him about. And one interesting line, when you do summon the Ancient One in Hearthstone, the line he says is, "The doom of worlds wakes once more." What is she doing? Again, awakening. Yes, she is awakening something. It's very, very interesting to see this happening. And again, all these different songs now are becoming more clear now that we're deeper into the expansion. Yeah, they're going to bring a 10-year-old Hearthstone-specific flavor card into the WoW for literally no reason. No, there is no reason here. There is a reason. The Ancient One is essentially the destroyer, right? What does a Harbinger do? We've talked about this before. A Harbinger, specifically, a definition is one that brings about. So I don't see her as, or when I say her, Xal'atath, as the one who's going to destroy the world. She's going to bring the destruction. She's going to awaken the destruction. That's what this refers to. And what is it referring to? Something that was once asleep wakes once more. Boys, I think these whispers are all leading up to this one. The Ancient One being awakened. Xal'atath gathering the children of the first flesh. Getting the Dark Heart. Bringing all of that about for one reason and one reason only. To summon the end. Or the beginning. Is she awakening Azeroth? Is all this just to signify the beginning? Are the Titans trying to keep Azeroth asleep? Are the old gods trying to wake her up? We'll find out. But that, my friends, is the theory.